Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nisa, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and ring the bell. Everything I'm linked to be linked to down below in the description, and let's get right into the video. So right now all I'm doing is removing her previous design as well as thinning the acrylic down to where it is incredibly thin. Well, after the acrylic has been thinned down all the way, all I'm doing is going in with a 180 grit sanding band and removing the shine from her natural nail. I am going to clip her nails down, so you would clip the nails down before this, but I was using this as like a step just in case because I didn't want to have to clip her nails down, but we ended up having to because I did go in with a full cover tip and her nails were too long for the full cover tip, so we went ahead and clipped them down. And yeah, it would be a lot easier if you just clip the nose down to begin with. But like I said, I was trying to preserve her length, but we couldn't do it. And yes, make sure you push the cuticle area back before. I will be showing you guys how I pushed like 2 of her cuticles back because those 2 were stuck so bad. So I had to go in and use some alcohol and then go ahead and let it sit for a second and then push it back because it was not budging. As you guys know, that this is my mom's hands, and her cuticles used to be horrible before this. So with me doing like maintenance on them and doing her nails, they've gotten much better, and not all of her nails are sticky like that anymore. But now I'm going in with a 2x coarse bit, and I was just trying to shorten the length down slowly, and then she was just like clip them all off. So that's why I'm using the tip cutter because I couldn't find my other cutters, and it worked just fine. Now I'm going in and priming with the Net Like Lucy. I think it's like a 3x primer because it does 3 different things. And I did 2 coats of that, and I let them dry in between because that's what it said on the website. And then I'm going in with the Beetles nail tip and glue gel. And I'm going to be doing a thin layer, and then I'm going to cure it in my big lamp for a full 60 seconds. And then I'm going to go in and apply the nails using the same glue gel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and ring the bell. Everything I'm linked to be linked to down below in the description. And my lamp, my Melody Susie 2-in-1 lamp died. So I did go in with another LED lamp that's just like a little flashlight one, and I let her hold it and then she would hand it to me, and that's how we ended up getting it done. That is literally when it died, and I was so heartbroken because if this light was working, it would have been perfect. It just cures so much better when I use the 2-in-1 lamp. But so what I do is I put a little blob on the inside, and I have already matched the tips. I've already etched the inside of them. And so I put a thin layer of the gel on the natural nail. Then I go ahead and put the little blob in and then spread it out so it slides down. And you want to make sure you cure it all the way. And this gel is actually pretty thick, and this is right before I open up the brand new bottle of the nail tip and glue gel, but it is a thicker gel so it does not slide. Or this might be the new bottle, but y'all, that other bottle lasted me for like 3 years, so this one's gonna last me for a long time. And it comes in a 2-pack, the big one does, and it is 15 milliliters. So yeah, it's gonna last a long time. Make sure you don't get any gel on the skin. Also, make sure you put enough that is going to stretch all the way to the end of the natural nail, and it's not going to create a air bubble. So yeah, it's just a little balance you have to do, but once you get it down, it's going to be a lot easier. And after I'm done applying all the nails, I went ahead and cured it for a full 60 seconds in my big lamp. After the nails have been fully cured, I went ahead and made sure they weren't stuck to the sides of her nail, like on her actual skin. And then now I'm going in and just reshaping them just to make it a little bit more sharp and get rid of that little like edge that full cover nail tips have. So that's all I'm doing right now. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove the shine from the plastic tip. After I'm done removing the shine, I'm going to go in and make sure that there is no excess glue around the cuticle area or on the sides of the nails, because once I go in with the acrylic, I can't get back down to it without filing through the color. A pan of 5-in-1, but you can also use like one of the little cone bits or another bit that's similar to this, but be very careful when you're using bits around the cuticle area and with like the full cover tip and the gel and all that, because it is very soft and you can overfile, and if you overfile, it's going to make the cuticle area look weird. So just be very, very, very careful with that. And now I'm going in with the Acrylic Creamery Monomer and the Go-To Nude from 876 Nails. And then this is a Beetles acrylic brush. Beetles does not make acrylic brushes anymore, but if you guys know about this brush, it is one of the best brushes. And all I'm doing is I'm applying a thin layer of the nude, because I was asking her, do you just want to go in with the acrylic or do you want to go in with the gel polish? And she said she wanted the acrylic and the gel polish, because these full cover tips don't last very well on her without the acrylic on it, because she's so used to acrylic. So that's why I apply the acrylic. But you can literally skip this part and just go straight in with gel polish and it'll be fine. But if you have someone like her, I just go in and do a very, very, very thin layer, literally just for color. Now I'm gonna go ahead and reshape again, just a little tiny bit. And this would be like the last time you go ahead and redefine the shape and all that. But I'm necessarily trying to make sure there's nothing on the like skin, because it will lift. Like literally, it's not gonna lift from like the actual like tip or anything like that, but like the acrylic on the skin, that part will lift, and then they're gonna pick, so you don't want to do that. I've never had any trouble with like my hard gel lifting off of the plastic tip, my poly gel lifting off of the plastic tip, or my acrylic. I do this method all the time. It's just very easy, especially with these almond nails. I've literally done this before, like last year or the year before that. And so again, I'm going in with the Panda 5-in-1 drill bit, and make sure you do not overfile, and blend the scratches out very, very well, especially like with another hand file or a buffer, or something, because for some reason the Pana left very, very deep scratches and they would not come out of the acrylic this time. I don't know what was going on, but I had to try very hard, and you can kind of see it in the end a little bit, but it's fine. I'm just going in and making sure there is no acrylic stuck to her skin and that the acrylic is laid down properly. Like, I buffed these nails a lot, and the scratches were still very, very visible. That's why I was buffing it so much, because I noticed it before the color was even applied. And I love to go underneath the nail with the buffer because it helps round it out a lot. And all I was doing with that was trying to get any acrylic that could be stuck underneath. And she makes me use a little bit on her cuticles because she likes it, and it flattens it out according to her. But I hate it because I notice once I go under it, it caused lifting. And the thing on my thumb is gold gel polish, because she wanted to use it. It's from Not Polish. It's called Gold Mine. And my brush was so curved, it was embarrassing, y'all. Like, ugh, I wish I had a picture to show y'all, but that brush was ugly, and I didn't do anything to the brush. It is a like detail liner. And so now all I'm doing is I'm applying the color Warm Silk, and it is from Ivy Co. And then I'll be going in with the Igel color Blush Pink, and those two colors will be linked down below in the description. All this blush pink is going to do is make it more pinky, because as you can see in the bottle, it is an incredibly pink color. So if you want your base to be like incredibly pink, use like 1 to 2 coats of this. It is a transparent nude, meaning the more you add to it, the more opaque it's going to be, but your initial layer is going to be very sheer. So that's why I love having shades like this, because they really transform your other colors you have. Because the warm silk is just a very nude color. So that's literally it. And I wanted it to fit the vibe of the double pinks. We didn't know what colors we were going to be going with, but we ended up going with pink, so it was perfect. And the first pink I'm using is from Madame Glam. And then the second pink, I'm using this dark pink right now, is from Not Polish. And I will leave them down below in the description. And y'all, doing this double French, it was a mess. Like, I was exhausted, and I slept so long to prepare for these nails, because I didn't know exactly what design she wanted, but I kind of had a picture, and I didn't know if she was gonna do all double French. I thought she was gonna go with the picture like she typically does, but no. So these brushes I'm using are from Ivy Co. It is the 15mm and the 20mm. So what I'm doing is I'm painting the pink part first, the light pink French tip. And you want to make this part as tiny as you can get it. Or if you're going in for a deep French, it depends. But you want to make sure you don't have to use a ton of the darker pink from Not Polish to cover it up, or whatever secondary color you're using. But you kind of want to make sure it's nice and even. And yeah, but you don't want to have to make sure your dark pink is thick enough to where it's gonna cover up this extra line, because that's what I had to do on the thumb. I had to make it thicker because the light pink extended out too far and it was already cured. You have to cure one layer at a time, and plus you need 2 coats of each color. Maybe not the dark pink, but because I'm using it in such small amounts, it wasn't able to really get full opacity. So that's why you really need to do like the 2 coats. And this, I just kind of smeared it on there, and then I went back in with my cleanup brush and some fast drying alcohol and cleaned it up, and then I cured it for a full 30 seconds. My discount code for Madame Glam is Anisa30_1, and I have some like instructions on how to use it, just in case you're confused or about anything like that. And I do not make any money off the discount code. It just saves you some money off. And there also is a membership you can have. Now with this darker pink, I'm going in and outlining where the initial French ended, and this is where you really want to perfect your French. And we were watching a Netflix show, and it was called Killer Pam, and that show was crazy. So this set took forever, and it was kind of a way to distract her, because if she was paying full attention, yeah, it would have been even worse. But once the show went off, she started paying full attention, and that started getting me more nervous. But all my double French practice really paid off, because this set did turn out very cute, and it literally is like outlining another French, but it's a little bit different. This helped me with my Frenches so much. So I recommend practicing doing your Frenches like this. And my thing is, it's the hollow French that gets me. Like, this is very difficult to me. The only part that I struggled with was covering up the light pink part. I knew what thickness to make the other pink, and it worked just fine. And on the ring finger, I'm going to be doing a swirl design. And then we ended up doing some reflective glitter. And I'm going to show you how to do the reflective glitter swirl a little bit later on in the video. And it went so much smoother because I learned what to, like, I did my mess ups on the other hand. So now that I know what to do and like the motions, it became so much faster. And I was kind of just like knocking it out. And then she ended up adding polka dots to these nails later on, anyways. And I was like, okay. And like, I don't do bling on her anymore, just because getting the bling off takes so long. And here's how I was switching between each brush. I wanted to leave this in so you could see how I was going between color to color if I was going to be using the same brush. And once I'm cleaning it out, I just go ahead and put the brush in some alcohol, just a little bit, and really wipe it off and make sure I get all of the gel polish out, because some people do it in like base coat and all that, but when I do it in the base coat, it literally fuses my brush together and I cannot separate it. So that is why I'm just doing the dry brush like method. So hopefully my brush does not stick together anymore. But now we're on to the swirl design. For the glitter to stick, all I did was put some base coat on, and then I sprinkled the glitter in the base coat and cured it for a full 60 seconds. With the polka dots, I'm using the end of the cleanup brush, dipping it in the black, and I went ahead and did some test dots, as you can see, to see if it's like the shape of what she wanted, or if she wanted bigger, smaller, more dots, less dots. And then I went ahead and did it on the nail. And for this design to look cute, you kind of want it to be very spread out, very random and sporadic. Don't put too much or it'll start to look weird. And remember, anything you do not like, you can wipe off and redo. And then curing it is kind of like its final step. And before I added the glitter, I went ahead and made sure to top coat, because the glitter is going to stick to anything that is sticky, so the cleanup part is going to be horrendous. And you do not top coat over raw glitter, because you will lose the effect of the raw glitter. There are like reflective glitter gel polishes, and then those you could top coat over, but like the raw glitter itself, you can encapsulate it, you can do whatever. But if you're trying to do it like nail art, I really recommend to just sugar it over, like I'm about to show you how to. You can either use top coat or base coat to do the swirl. It really does not matter, but I had already cleaned the brushes out, as you can see, by putting it in alcohol, rubbing it off, making sure all the gel polish was out. And so now all I did was the swirl of clear, and now I'm going to do the glitter. You want to make sure you tap all the excess glitter off. She was having a hard time like tapping her nail, because I think she thought all the glitter was going to come off, but it really wasn't. You don't want to cure, like put your hand in the lamp with all that glitter on top, because it's not going to go through that glitter. It's not going to cure right. And so I'm asking her what side she wants the little swirl to be on. Then I went ahead and did the swirl, cured it for the full 60 seconds, and then I added some top coat, and then that is the end. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and ring the bell. Everything I will link to down below in the description. Also, the cuticle oil that I'm using is from Bombnails, and I love it.